In today's video, we're going to be doing a beginner ab series. So we're going to start by sitting on our mats and rolling down about halfway and exhaling as we come up. There'll be a lot more explanations in this video because it's for beginners, so just keep that in mind. You're going to tuck your pelvis under by pulling your lower spine towards the opposite wall and sitting back up. So you want to think of this movement as a wheel kind of rolling back and forth as we move the lower part of our spine. And we're going to do 3 more like this, keeping our arms long, exhaling as we roll up. So it's a pelvic tilt, but we're sitting up, so it's not a lying down pelvic tilt, but it's a pulling of the pelvis underneath yourself and pulling everything back up, sitting into a tall position. From here, we're going to roll all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time with our feet flat on the mat. Get into a good position, and then exhale, nod your chin up, draw your abs in towards your spine as you sit tall. Again, we're going to pull the pelvis under and roll everything down. Bring your arms over your shoulders and exhale, roll everything back up, drawing your spine, your core into your spine. From here, we're going to roll down halfway, lift a leg and lower it. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Now, what's important to remember here is that this is a hinge of the hip, not a knee bend. It's a hip hinge. And this is drawing our stomach deeper into our spines. So we're going to do 3 more like this, exhaling as the knee comes up, and 2, wide shoulders, 3. Good, and roll everything back down onto the mat. Then we're going to bring 1 leg up into tabletop and then the other into tabletop. Shoulders are wide. You're going to tap 1 foot down and exhale it up. So these are toe taps. And again, it's a hinge of the hip, not a knee bend. So we're exhaling as the leg comes up and notice the deepening of my stomach muscles. And 1 more each side. And bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little rock back and forth. Great. Now from here, you're going to bring your knees back into tabletop, your arms in a T, and you're going to let your knees fall slightly to the left. Exhale, draw everything back into the center. To the right, and exhale, bring everything back into the center. If you have back issues, you can bring your knees in closer to your body. This will help alleviate some of the pain. Or you can take a towel and put it underneath your lower back so that you're pressing into it, and that will help neutralize everything in your spine. So if you want to make it more challenging, move your knees farther from your center. Exhaling as we pull everything in and drawing our abs deep as our legs come back to center. Our shoulders are heavy on the mat and our collarbone is wide. 1 more each side. And take a little rest. Drawing the knees into the chest just to get a little stretch in the lower back. Then you're going to bring your knees back into the tabletop position. Let them shift to the right. Extend the legs. Exhale, pull everything back to center. Bend the knees and shift to the left. Extend into center. So it's kind of like a tick-tock of a clock. And we're working our deep oblique muscles. We're going to do a couple more of those. So exhale and bend, rotate, extend, and bring it back into the center. Awesome. Bring your hands at your sides. You're going to bring yourself halfway up and lower it down. You can put your hands behind your head and keep them heavy in your hands as we float our chest up and lower it back down. We're floating the chest up and down. Remember, It's not, your chin should not be touching your chest. That would mean that you're using your neck. We want to keep our necks long and heavy in our hands. So it's a lifting of the rib cage and lowering it back down. 2 more like this, exhaling and lower and lower. On the next version, we're going to reach and reach. So it's the shoulder of the arm that's reaching is lifting off the mat, while the arm that's not reaching, that shoulder blade is still on the mat. So the opposite side reaches. For 3 and 2. 1 more. Lower it back down. We go to the other side. Extend the arm. You're going to lift and lower. Lift that opposite shoulder and lower it down. Exhale, lift and lift. Keep that shoulder blade of the arm that's not lifting down on the mat as we reach. For 2. 1 more. That was awesome. Okay, are you feeling your stomach burning? Because I know I am. Now, let's bring our bodies back, bringing the legs long. If you can, if this is too much for you, feel free to keep your feet on the mat. We're going to roll our spines up all the way. Sit with our hands and legs crossed. Give yourself a little stretch by rotating your torso and putting the hand that you're rotating towards back behind you, while the opposite arm is pressing into the thigh of the leg that you're rotating towards. And then we go to the other side. So you're really twisting the spine, keeping our shoulders down, our necks long, our spines long, and breathing for a few seconds. And 1 more. Great. From here, we're going to lower back down. This is the last part of the series. You're going to lie back onto your mat. You're going to bring one knee into your chest, keep your head on the mat, and extend the opposite leg out. And we're going to reach. Exhaling as you reach, pulling that thigh towards your body as you extend the leg. So you're exhaling for 5 and 4, 3, wide chest, 2, and 1. Great. Next one, head is still down. Remember, this is a beginner's series. If you want to amp it up, you can lift your head. So you're going to have your hands at your sides or underneath your head with your head on the mat. You're going to reach your legs out on a diagonal and exhale them back in. So you're extending and bending. Inhale and exhale for 4 more. And 2 and 1. On the next one, you're going to extend one leg long, keep your head down, and pull that leg that's reaching towards your body in. Really keep your legs as straight as possible so that you get the full stretch. Elbows wide. And 3. Abs are drawing in. 2 and 1. Bring everything back in. You're going to bring your hands underneath your butt. Bring your feet up to the sky in a V position. And you're going to lower it down a few inches and exhale it up. Inhaling. Keep your shoulders wide. Your neck is long. Your abs are drawing in for 3, 2. If you want to go lower with the legs, that's totally fine. Just remember, you want to keep your tailbone down. And if your back starts to hurt, you're going too low. 1 more. Bend your knees in. Give them a hug. Sit back up. And that is your beginner ab series. Have a great day.